Hey guys, it's Daria Nicole, finally back with part 3 of my home edition series, the first home edition series. For those of you who are not new here, I'm sure you've been waiting for this video, so it is finally here. As you can see by the background, we've made a lot of progress. So today's video is going to be part 3 of my DIY project of my walk-in closet. So for those of you who don't know, I have been doing this series for a little bit. I am turning one of my bedrooms into a walk-in closet, or I've turned one of my bedrooms into a walk-in closet, and I've been showing you all the process. So if you have not watched parts 1 and 2, you should definitely go back and watch those so you could be caught up with what we have going on here today. Okay. So before we get into the video, we're gonna cover all the house rules, all the office rules, whatever you want to call them. If you are here and you love this channel and you like your girl, go ahead and subscribe. Turn those post notifications on so you can be up to date with all of the videos that I post. And definitely like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to get into this video. I will be showing you all how I put together this closet system and also how I put together a vanity that I bought for my walk-in closet. Okay, so let's get into it. So I started with the vanity just because I purchased the vanity first because I found the vanity that I wanted before I figured out my closet system. So I just started by separating the pieces to put them with the like pieces, and then I just followed the instructions. The instructions for this were pretty simple. There weren't any words, but the pictures were very thorough, and there were like symbols and signs and all that good stuff. So putting this together was actually pretty easy. It did say that you should have somebody help you put it together, but we all know I tend to do things on my own. I'm always going to try, even if it says you shouldn't. So this was one of those times, and it actually worked out good because I was able to put it together. It took me about 2.5 to 3 hours. I did mess up. I put one of the drawers on upside down. You'll see soon, and by the time I realized it, I was done, almost done. So I had to basically take the thing apart and turn the one drawer around and put it back together. But other than that, it was pretty simple. So y'all just watched me put the first drawer together. I want you to watch closely at me putting the second drawer together, because this is the one that I messed up. I'm actually putting it on upside down, and I didn't realize it at all. You can see it clearly right here. It's on upside down. It should be the other way. But when you're putting the stuff together, like especially when you get into the groove of it, and you know, the pieces fit, like it's hard to, well, for me, it's sometimes I forget to check and make sure everything is right side up and facing the right way. And this was one of those times. So I wish I would have noticed it earlier, sooner, like before I put the top piece on. But unfortunately, I didn't notice it until the end. So there's that. So this is definitely a do as I say and not as I do moment. Do not attempt to do this by yourself, okay? I am a crazy person and I like doing these types of things, so that's why I do them, but have somebody help you because that thing was much heavier than it looked. And this is actually when I finally realized that the drawer was on upside down and I was devastated. I tried to see if I could fix it without taking the top back off, but I couldn't. So I had to take the top off, change the cabinet, turn it the right way and all that jazz. So I actually did that off camera and then finished the vanity. So the last thing I put up was the closet system. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared when I picked up all the pieces and everything because it is a lot. It looks like a lot. And so I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it by myself, but I told you I'm always going to try. So we tried and we were successful. But the closet system is from IKEA. I was doing some research, and when I went to look at a closet system, the first thing that popped up was the PEX system because that's the most popular one. But the price tag was a little steep for you, girl. I did not want to pay that much for a closet system, so I did a little more research to try to find a cheaper one, and I actually found a cheaper version, which is this system that I'm putting up here. This is actually called the Aurdal system. I think that's how you pronounce it. But the way it works is IKEA, you can go online on their website and design the closet system to fit your space. So you do have to take the measurements of your space to make sure that everything you want will fit. But you go online and you create how you want it, whether you want hanging bars, whether you want shelves or drawers. You create the whole system basically, and then they add all the items to your cart and you just check out. And I did it where I went to pick up everything from the store, and these pieces actually fit in my car. This board here was the longest piece, and I did have to lay it down between the front and the back seat, so it was a little crazy, but it was able to fit in my car, which was also great. So yeah, it was very convenient, very affordable. And yeah, I'm just going for what I know. I know it looks like I know what I'm doing, but I absolutely do not. I just, do whatever and pray that it works. So that is what we are doing here. I'm actually just making sure everything is straight. I got my little level, my little drill, like I really know what I'm doing. So yeah, we're putting this thing together. And as you can see, clearly I'm jamming to whatever music is playing. And just a little side note, the directions for this thing were trash. Like, there were no words. There were like 3 pictures, no symbols, signs, nothing. It didn't even tell you how many pieces you should have. The directions were really, really bad. So when I say going for what I know, I was really just, praying. These beams were actually the hardest part of the whole thing because this is the only thing holding the whole closet system to the wall. So these beams are very heavy, much heavier than they look. And so trying to hold them steady by myself, especially the longer ones, while I'm like drawing my lines and making my little circles with my holes and stuff, it was difficult. It was very difficult. So this was, I would say, the hardest part of the whole thing. So at this point, I don't think I would be me if I didn't mess up. So I actually hung the beam too low. I didn't realize it until the end, of course, because once I went to try to hang the sideboards on the beam, there wasn't enough space between the end of the beam and the floor, if that makes sense. So the beam was too long. The sideboard was too long, so I had to raise the beam up. So that is what I am doing here, which of course took more time. This would have been done a lot sooner if I didn't have to move this, because like I said, this is the hardest part. So make sure that before you nail this beam to the wall, you measure it to make sure that it's tall enough. So I took a pause after placing the sideboards and came back the next day because I got cussed out, because apparently I wasn't putting the screws into studs. I was just putting holes in the wall wherever they would go. So I went and got a stud finder to make sure that I had enough screws and they were in the right places to hold this thing up, because like I said, this beam is the only thing holding this whole thing together to the wall. So I did that, and this is the final day of me finishing the closet system, just putting on the tops and the bottoms and the rods for hanging and the shelves. This all was pretty easy. These individual parts actually came with instructions, good instructions. So I was able to use those to get the rest of it done, which helped me get it done faster. Once I put the beam in, everything was pretty much smooth sailing. I think the only thing was making sure that as you can see, that everything was the right width and the right size and the right spacing. So I did have to move things a couple of times just to make sure that everything fit across the wall. But other than that, from this point forward, it's pretty simple. so I am back. I hope you all enjoyed the video watching me and my crazy self put all the stuff together by myself. It wasn't bad. Like I said, I actually really enjoyed it. I would recommend if you are a person who likes DIY projects, then definitely give it a try because it wasn't that difficult. I probably will come back and do a full closet tour once I am, or a full closet reveal once I'm finished. I would say the room is like 85% done. There are still a few little things that I want to do in the room, but all the major things are done. So I'm happy about that because that means that now I can move on to the next room. So I'm actually not going to tell you all what the next room is. Actually, drop a comment below. Let me know what other room you think I'll be doing next on my DIY home edition series. Like I said, I will be coming back to do a full tour, but I hope you all enjoyed. I'm glad I was able to do this. Hopefully I've inspired some people to go and do, because I never would have thought something like this could go in here to be able to like really make it what it is now. But it's doable. So don't let a small space scare you away or none of that. All of this is doable, clearly. So yeah, let's get into this DIY stuff. And I will definitely be back for my next series on my next room. And hopefully you all will be there with me. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Like I said, comment down below. Let me know how you liked it, how it turned out, if you've purchased any of these things, if you're considering turning one of your rooms into a closet. And of course, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications on so you'll know when I post my next home edition video, okay? So if you are new here, again, I thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you again soon. And if you are true here, then I will see you in the next video.